everybody! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make your very own lipstick with only 2 main ingredients. First, you'll need coconut oil. I use the virgin coconut oil. It's organic. It's USDA approved organic. There were some other ones. This one only cost about $7.50. But the other ones were not organic, so I went with this one. And it works pretty well, and it smells really good. The second thing you'll need is crayons. Crayons are very non-toxic. They're made so that if a child were to swallow them, they would not die or anything from them. And all it has is wax and coloring, and they're non-toxic. Next thing you'll need is a way to measure. I have like an old measuring spoons, and you'll need that to measure. The next thing you'll need is something to stir your products together. I use a chopstick. I just got it at a sushi restaurant. They had disposable chopsticks, and I asked for an extra one, and they gave me some chopsticks, and this is what I use to stir. It's really easy. It's easy to clean up, and if I need to, throw it away, get a new one. And the next thing you'll need is a little pot. I use a little pot. If you don't have a tiny pot, that's okay. You can use a big pot. Whatever it is, you just need to put a little bit of water at the bottom to boil it. The next thing you need, and the last thing you need, is a metal spoon. See, it has a little bit of depth to it. You can put your ingredients inside of it and melt them down. I use the metal spoon because I think it works the easiest and the fastest. When you pour your product, it is going to harden fast, so you don't want it to get stuck and lose all your product in here and have to reheat it and try to get out as much as you want out. Because at first I tried one of these, this little glass measuring cup, and by the time it poured from the bottom, which is not a lot of product, when it poured from the bottom to the top, you already lost like half your product, so you don't want to do that. So I used a spoon, but you can use whatever you want, whichever you have in your kitchen that's easiest for you to use. And another thing you want to do is you want to have something to put your product in. I am using my own little homemade little lipstick container. It has some lipstick on it, but that's okay. And all I did was take one of those super cheap, super inexpensive little pill holders where you put your pill in a day, and I painted it. I put glitter on it. I put some little, I guess these are butterflies. I put little butterflies on them, and it came out really nice, super cute, and super inexpensive. The paint's like $1, so. And as you see, I've done some colors. I'll show you. These are the colors I've done so far. And I tried with the Crayola, and the Crayola brand works the best I've tried so far. You can use whatever you want, but what I tried was the Crayola, and the Crayola is very smooth. It goes on and melts super fast. I did try another brand. I tried this one brand that I got. It was like super cheap, and it's like a big box, you know, for kids or whatever. And I got this one. It was like $1. It was like at the dollar store or whatever. And it just, the texture of it is harsher. It's a little it's more waxy. It feels kind of weird on your lips. It doesn't go on as smooth. Like once it dries up, it's kind of hard. I mean, you can get some nice pigments out of it, but it's not as good as the Crayola, and I just feel like the Crayola is way smoother. And yeah, but you can use what you have and see what you think about them. I would suggest the Crayola. It's super cheap to get, especially right now, right before school starts. And yeah, so let's start making it. So as you're waiting for your water to start to boil, you want to take your spoon and you want to take a color of choice. I've chosen this kind of purpley color to try and make a new color with. So I'm going to break it apart. I find this is the easiest. Put it in my spoon. Then I'm going to take my coconut oil, and I will put, for 1 crayon, you're going to use 1 teaspoon. See? 1 teaspoon. Now because I'm using the Crayola, you're going to see it's going to happen really fast. The crayon and everything is going to melt pretty fast together. So you're going to put it just above the water. You don't want it inside the water where it's going to get the water inside of your spoon. But you just want to put it in the water, let it heat up. Careful, do not burn yourself. Then you take your chopstick and you just start moving it around. Start moving it around and making sure it's mixing very well, because you don't want any lumps or weird pieces inside of your lipstick, because it's going to go on your lips and it's going to look weird if you have big lumpies in your lips. So just make sure you don't burn yourself. Make sure the water's boiling, and you're just going to stir it around in the spoon until it's all completely dissolved. It only takes a few seconds with the Crayola, but I noticed that the other crayon, it took at least a minute for it to completely melt through, and even then, probably even longer. But the Crayola, as soon as it hits the heat, it starts melting like right away, which is another plus to using Crayola. So you just keep mixing, keep mixing. It's almost done. You stir, you mix, mix, mix. Make sure everything's breaking apart. Don't burn yourself. I have it on high right now, but I could probably lower it so that way it doesn't hurt my skin or anything like that. But you keep mixing. You don't want anything burning. That's why you don't want to put it directly in the pot. Then you take it. You turn off the heat. Move this out of the way so the steam doesn't burn you. And you pour it. And that's it. Easy as that. Now I would suggest putting this inside of the refrigerator, because you see it's very liquidy, and you don't want it to like fall out or anything like that. You don't have to put it in the fridge. It will harden on its own. But to speed up the process, you could put it in the fridge for like a minute or so and make sure it's, getting thoroughly melted and cooled down, and it's going to be a nice purpley color. Now I don't think I got the entire crayon dissolved. See there's a tiny little chunk that's right there. I'm just going to scoop that out because I don't want that inside of my lipstick, because it's not going to go on as a crayon if it's inside my lipstick. I'm just going to close it and I'm going to put it away in the fridge. And that's it. That's how easy it was. Just a quick, easy task. Now when you clean up your spoon, you don't want to just rinse it all down, any extra that you have on the spoon, down the sink, because you don't want your sink getting clogged. So before you wash your spoon off, just take your spoon, take a rag, anything like paper towel, napkin, whatever it is, and you just wipe any extra that you have left on the spoon. And as you see, there's like nothing left on the spoon. After that, it's still going to be oily and everything, so you just put it in the sink and you use soap and water, and that's it. Cleanup's super easy. So I'll let you see some of the colors I did with the Crayola. I'm not going to really show you the one that with the other brand crayon, because it's a little harder to see. But I'll just show you a little bit of what they look like. This is the pigment for the red crayon, as you can see. And it just goes on super easy, super smooth. You don't have to use a lot of it. I'm just putting very little on my finger. And as you see, right away, it puts color on my lip. It's super red, super beautiful. For that one, I used the Scarlet crayon. Because it wasn't like super red, it has almost an orange tint to it, so I used the Scarlet crayon. It's a really nice color. I really like reds and oranges and pinks, so I did that one. That's the Scarlet. I'll just wipe it all so you can see the other one. And the other one I did was just this purple one. It's still kind of hot, but that's the purple one. I don't know if you can see it very well, but there you see, because it's still trying to dry. I don't know if it'll go on yet. I guess not. I think I need to give it a little more time. So you don't let them dry all the way. It's not gonna work all the way. So as you can see, I haven't fully let it settle all the way like I did with the red crayon. So it's not fully all the way super bright like the red crayon is, but you can tell it's got like a purpley raisiny color to it, which is really nice. I really like it. I probably, if I have a glitter, if I had lit that other extra tiny little chunk, even though it's a small little chunk, even if I had just let it like melt completely, it probably would have just a little bit more pigment. And like I said, I used 1 full crayon for 1 full teaspoon of coconut oil. Now, if your little container is not as big as mine, because I know they sell smaller containers, or you just don't want to make a big amount because you want to see what you think about it, then you can do half a crayon with half a teaspoon. I mean, you know, see what works best for you. I found that this works pretty well. I'm sure I'll adjust it. Like, some people I know put vitamin E in it, and they say it's healthier for your lips, and some people put castor oil, and that's supposed to make it shinier. But just let me know what you think and what you like to use in your homemade lipstick. And if you like my video, please press the like button. You don't have to, but it would be nice. And you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.